From Studio A, this is WGAL8 Brainbusters. Now, here's your host, Rich Rosen.
Hello, everybody. Nice to have you here, and it's great to welcome our two new teams, Harrisburg Academy and Mannheim Central. We are expecting a very competitive half hour, so let's get started now with today's opening round. We have 10-point questions and one big brain buster brought to you by Turkey Hill. Welcome to all six of you. Let's get to work now with this 10-point question. Elon Musk did not repeat Time's Person of the Year. Who shares the 2022 honor with the spirit of Ukraine? Mason.
Zelensky.
President Vladimir Zelensky for 10 points. John Adams called it the most insignificant office ever devised by the mind of man. He should know. He held the office from 1789 to 1797. What is it? Andrew. Vice President of the United States. Good for you for 10 points. It is the shallowest of the Great Lakes and as a result the most polluted. On which of the Great Lakes are Buffalo and Cleveland located? Levi?
Erie.
Erie is correct. It's played on a court 30 feet wide and 60 feet deep with a net 36 feet wide and 8 feet high. What sport is it? Drew?
Soccer?
Not soccer, no, incorrect, sorry. Mannheim Central. Oh, we stumped you on volleyball. A reference to its mobility, it's known as Quicksilver. Speed and mobility are the characteristics of the Roman god that shares its name. What element is it, Drew?
Mercury.
Mercury, of course. Cobra snakes don't fly, but these cobras do. So do Apaches, Seahawks, and Hueys. What are they? Mason.
Helicopter.
They are all helicopters. Yes, in 1973, he launched a war against Israel. In 1977, he flew to Jerusalem to negotiate peace. What Egyptian leader was assassinated in 1981? Oh, we stumped you on the great Anwar Sadat. Every 4 years since 1937, it's been the inauguration day for the new president. What date in 2025 will be the next presidential inauguration? Andrew.
January 12th.
No, sorry, incorrect. Harrisburg Academy, Mason.
January 1st?
No, it's January 20th. It'll always be on the 20th unless that falls on a Sunday. The dictionary defines it as the outer layer of the external integument of the animal derived from the embryonic epiblast. In other words, it's your outer skin. What is it called, Olivia?
Epidermis.
It's called the epidermis, yes, and now it's time for the big brain buster, brought to you by Turkey Hill. For 10 points and a gift certificate for Turkey Hill ice cream for everyone on the team. In the summer of 2022, a 19-year-old South Florida man captured 28 of them during a 10-day competition to increase awareness about the most invasive species in the Everglades. Owen.
The Burmese python.
You are correct. That is the snake that poses the greatest threat to the state's ecology. Congratulations, Mannheim Central. He refused to brand his cattle, so when any of them escaped, they could be identified only by the lack of a brand. Who was the stubbornly independent Texas rancher? His name was Samuel Maverick. In a bilingual family, you might find a children's book called Los Tres Cerditos. That's the Spanish title. What is it in English? Mason.
Three Little Pigs.
You are correct. Good for you. In set theory, it's the name given to the family of all subsets of a given set. What is this athletic-sounding mathematical term? It's called the power set. His shorter poems include Excelsior and A Psalm of Life. His longer poems include Evangeline and The Courtship of Miles Standish. Who is this popular American poet? Levi.
Walt Whitman.
Not he, no, but great guess. Mannheim Central. Oh, we stumped you on Henry Wadsworth Longfellow. Of red, blue, green, and violet, which color has the longest wavelength? Mason.
Violet.
No, sorry, incorrect. Olivia.
Red.
Red has the longest, and violet has the shortest. Of the 5 Great Lakes, only one shares its name with a state. Which one? Drew.
Michigan.
Michigan, yes. Biannual means twice a year. But cabbages and carrots require 2 years to complete their life cycles. What name is given to these kind of plants? That term is biennial. Founded in 1740 as the College of Philadelphia, it was the first American college to become a university. What university's teams are called the Quakers? Olivia.
University of Pennsylvania.
Good for you. That's a correct answer. The ancient Greeks called it Copper Island. What Mediterranean country has its and we were going for Cyprus. That sound takes us to the end of the round. What a fantastic time. What a fantastic competition, 60 to 50. Of course, we still have a lot more competition coming up, including the one-on-one rapid fire and team lightning rounds, when WGAL 8 Brainbusters continues following this.
WGAL 8 Brainbusters will return after this. Participants on WGAL 8 Brainbusters each receive a portable power bank for mobile devices, and the top 4 winning teams will share grants totaling $10,000. So good luck, teams. Now, here's Rich with our coaches and alternates.
Well, hi there. You're just in time to meet Mr. Tim Luckenbaugh. He is the Spanish teacher at Harrisburg Academy, and it's a pleasure to welcome you back. Known you for several years, but let's take a moment to find out a little bit about Senor Luckenbaugh. You won the lottery, and you don't know what to do. What would you do? Would you give up the profession, or if you did, what would you do in your place?
Well, I wouldn't give up teaching. I would open a cooking school for teenagers and young adults.
So this is a talent I would not have expected.
Yeah,
Do you have a particular area of the kitchen?
I just love to cook, and I think feeding yourself and the people you love is important. So.
And learning how to cook. You know, we see people get into the fast food and the processed food, but learning the value of each individual ingredient really helps nourish who we are.
Where your food comes from is important.
Very much so. Well, thank you very much. Thanks for enlightening us. Wow, something new about Mr. Luckenbaugh. Now, let's head out to Mannheim Central, and we're going to meet Senor Nathaniel Campbell. He is also el profesor de español. He's also the Spanish teacher at Mannheim Central. It's a pleasure to welcome you here. Thanks again for bringing such a competitive team to your school. So, of course, we know that during the summer there's still a lot of planning that go on, but you do have some time off during the summer.
We do.
So what do somebody like Senor Campbell do over the summer?
Well, I'm lucky enough to be married to the German teacher at Mannheim Central. So the two of us together make up 2/3 of the language department, and we offer trips abroad, and we often travel with our students. And then we take our 2 children abroad for most of the summer. So, yeah.
And when you say abroad, you're obviously going to Europe.
Yeah, we go to Europe. We go to Latin America sometimes. But last summer we were lucky enough to spend a month in Spain. So yeah.
You're improving your Spanish skills constantly.
Absolutely.
And your language skills. Well, fantastic. Thank you very much for being here. And now let's meet today's alternate from Mannheim Central. This is Anaya DiBiase. Amaya, it's a fantastic pleasure to welcome you here. You are a junior, and I know she's obviously a great student because she's on this team. You study a lot, but you have fun outside of school.
Yeah.
Tell us about something you might do outside of school.
I really like to solve different kinds of puzzles. Like, my favorites are Sudoku puzzles, nanograms, and sometimes like escape room games too. And I also really like practicing my violin and learning new techniques.
So in the puzzles, do you ever do any like tabletop puzzles? Because these tactile puzzles are starting to make a comeback.
Sometimes I'll even like go in the newspaper and do like the on-paper Sudoku puzzles too.
Fantastic. All right, well, thanks for being here. Thanks for supporting your team. Let's get back to work. It's now time for today's one-on-one rapid fire round, where we pit our individual players against each other and also find out what's going on in their busy lives. So first, it's a pleasure to welcome Drew Meals, 16 years old. You're great to have you here from Harrisburg Academy. And you know, there's a lot of things that we could say that we're really good at. And you know, humility aside, what's something that you are really good at?
Well, I personally would say I'm pretty good at baking and cooking, but I would think that my friends and family agree because I get lots of requests all of the time.
So do you have, like, would you make an entire meal for your family at home, for example?
Oh yes, absolutely. I love doing all the courses and, you know, having lots of options. And
Fantastic. Well, you and Mr. Luckenbaugh, I'm sure, could have some good discussions. Andrew Stewart from Mannheim Central, and it's great to have you here. And there's so much content out there with movies, you know, both at the theaters and streaming and on television. But you do have a single movie that maybe stands out as one of your favorites?
One of my favorites, yeah, I'd say 12 Angry Men.
Now, where did you first come across this? I don't think you went to the theater to see it.
No, I'd say not. That was a bit before my time. I saw it in my English class. I think my teacher either found it on YouTube or she pirated it, but don't tell her I said that.
But it was black and white.
Yes.
Does that surprise you? Does that?
A little bit. I mean, I've seen a couple black and white movies. Like
It could be disconcerting at first. Well, Andrew and Drew, hopefully these three questions won't be disconcerting as we put you to one-on-one. It is by far the best chemical solvent known and dissolves more substances than any other. What is this common compound? Drew?
Water.
Water, of course, yes. No treaty has ever been signed to end this war, only an armistice in 1953. Where was this, Drew?
The Korean War.
The Korean War, that's where this war was fought. You are correct. And finally, on the night of June 17th, 1972, police arrested 5 men who had broken into the headquarters of the Democratic National Committee. In what Washington, D.C. office and apartment complex did this take place? Oh, guys, I know the viewing audience knows exactly. Watergate. 80 to 50. Now let's meet our two captains. So first from Harrisburg Academy, it's a pleasure to welcome Levi Kessler. You're a senior. Great to have you here. Now I understand you're a talented musician.
Yeah, I play guitar and mandolin and like bluegrass folk style.
Do you sing along with it?
Sometimes, but mostly by myself.
I get it. No, but is it's an acoustic guitar and you just play, and it's something that you picked up on your own? Do you take lessons?
I'm really passionate about like Woody Guthrie and Bob Dylan, and I started taking lessons in mandolin just a year ago, but I've been playing guitar for 5 years now.
Well, great artists to be attached to. Thank you very much for sharing with us. Owen Patton from Mannheim Central, and it's great to have you here. And again, obviously you did very well in that first round of play. You must be a fantastic student, and I'm sure you're getting ready to go home and do your homework, but you still have fun outside of school.
Yes, outside of school I'm very involved in tennis. I'm involved with the boys tennis team, and I take individual private lessons every day to get better.
So you are actually, obviously through the winter, you must take indoor lessons.
Yes, I do, yes.
Oh, man, good for
Yes.
you. And Owen and Levi, let's put you two one-on-one. On September 1st, 1939, Germany invaded this country and World War II began. Levi?
Poland.
It was Poland, yes. Because plant growth depends on minerals, plants can thrive in a mineral-rich liquid rather than dirt. What is this form of horticulture called? Levi?
Aquaponics?
Not aquaponics. No, sorry, we can't accept that. Owen, do you have any idea? It's hydroponics in this situation. And finally, back to geometry class. What word describes two numbers whose sum is 1 or two angles whose sum is 90 degrees? Levi?
45 degrees?
No, sorry. That's a good guess, so I understand. Owen, any idea?
Right angle?
No, sorry, they're called complementary angles. Okay, we have 90 to 50. Let's meet our final players in today's competition. So first from Harrisburg Academy, a pleasure to welcome Mason Richwine. You've been here before, and it's great to welcome you back. And you know, as we get older and older, we start being grateful for some of the little victories in life. And you recently had a victory that you're willing to share with
Yes, sir.
us.
Well, this summer I put about 300 hours into an online course. Took 2 big honking exams, and I got my EMT certificate. So yeah, I've been doing some volunteering around the area now.
That's fantastic. That's something you can carry on for the rest of your life. Do you have to renew it over time?
No, as long as I stay active within the EMS community, I don't have to do any re-education.
Okay, well, I hope I never see you out in that situation. Olivia Regan, 17 years old from Mannheim Central. It's great to have you here. And we're passionate. So many people are passionate about many things. I'm passionate about Brainbusters, of course. But there's something that you're passionate about that I know your parents must be very proud of you.
Yes, I'm very passionate about my future career. I hope to one day be a chief financial officer.
And you're doing everything you can at school to make sure.
Yeah,
that
definitely
you-
working through those college applications right now and internships, job shadowing, the whole 9 yards.
Good for you. Okay, and you're here on Brainbusters, expanding your wealth of knowledge and learning how to present yourself. Olivia and Mason, let's put you two one-on-one. Mendelssohn's Reformation, Jupiter's Haydn, and Beethoven's Pastoral. What kind of compositions are they? That's Olivia.
Symphonies?
They're all symphonies, yes. Finally, in 2019, UNESCO added 8 of his buildings to the World Heritage List, including the Roby House in Chicago and Falling Water. Mason.
Right.
Frank Lloyd Wright is the architect. And last, it's a mock heroic ballad about slithy toves that gyre and gimble in the wave. What is this nonsense poem in Through the Looking Glass by Lewis Carroll? We stumped you on Jabberwocky. 100 to 60. We're now going to pick up the pace and play today's 60-second team lightning round. Oh, and your team is behind at this point, but only by 40 points. So here's an opportunity to catch up with one of these three quizzes. Da da da, potpourri workout, and high IQ.
We'll go with da da da.
Da da da. It's daunting, it's daffy, and might even be dangerous. For 10 dashing points each, identify these darling people, places, and things whose names all begin with D-A. Now, Owen, I take your answer as the team's answer. Andrew and Olivia are ready to help you along. 60 seconds on the clock, which will begin after I finish reading the first question. Good luck, and here we go. This river flows through Vienna and Budapest.
The Danube.
Correct. It's German masculine for the.
Da.
Is correct. As a matter of fact, it's the plural of datum.
Pass.
Data, Craig, Radcliffe, and Day-Lewis. Daniel. He wrote the Inferno and Divine Comedy.
Dante.
Dante is correct. One of Santa's reindeer.
Dasher.
This is correct. This surrealist artist is most famous for his melting watches.
Dali.
Dali. Sorry, I can't accept it. In German, this breed is a badger hound built to go down badger holes.
Pass.
It's a dachshund, the second king of Judah and Israel.
David.
Correct. White flakes shed from the scalp.
Dandruff.
Dandruff, yes, the capital of Syria.
Pass.
Damascus, the former U.S. territory, is now divided into 2 states, North and South.
Dakota.
Correct. In the Star Wars universe, this title is given to Dark Lords of the Sith Order.
Darth.
Darth, yes, the fruit of the palm tree, a staple food of the Middle Eastern. And that was date. 8 correct. 80 points came your way. Levi, Drew, Mason, is this a break for you? Or we're going to find out shortly with potpourri workout and high Q.
High IQ? Sure. High IQ.
High IQ. Here's a quiz to see if you have a high IQ. For 10 points each, identify these people, places, and things whose names all begin with the letters H-I. So Levi, I take your answer as the team's answer. Drew and Mason are ready to help you along. 60 seconds on the clock, which will begin after I finish reading the first question. And here we go. This mountain chain includes the highest mountains in the world.
Himalayas.
Correct. It's the major religion of India.
Hinduism.
Correct. The pictorial writing found in Egyptian tombs and temples.
Hieroglyphics.
Correct. He was the emperor of Japan during World War II.
Hirohito.
He's the one. Ground squirrels and brown bears do this during the winter.
Hibernate.
They do. Odious, revolting, repulsive, despicable, ugly.
Hideous.
Hideous. Yes, this Greek physician is known as the father of medicine. Oh. Hippocrates. He was the U.S. Marshal and gunfighter in Kansas in the 1860s.
Pass.
Wild Bill Hickok. It's where your femur and your pelvis come together.
Hip.
Hip. Yes, he was a Mohawk Indian leader who became the hero of a Longfellow poem.
Pass.
Hiawatha, this German dirigible exploded at Lakehurst, New Jersey in 1937.
Hindenburg.
That's the one, the hardwood tree from which Andrew Jackson got his nickname.
Hickory.
Hickory, yes. The pygmy variety of the mammal weighs only 500 pounds.
Hippopotamus.
Hippopotamus, yes, a sudden spasm of the diaphragm that makes your inhale.
Hiccup.
Hiccup is correct. This island includes Haiti and Dominican Republic. Oh, that was it. Okay, so we have 11 correct. 110 points came your way. 210 to 140. Still a strong lead for Harrisburg Academy, but we still have a lot more game coming up, including the bonus brain buster. It's time to reveal the category. During our break, our teams will wager 0 to 25 points based on their knowledge of CEOs. Well, we'll have the bonus brain buster and, of course, the all-important final frenzy when WGAL8 Brain Busters continues in a matter of minutes.
Watch all this season's episodes of WGAL8 Brainbusters anytime on WGAL.com. Our online home also includes our tournament schedule and a chance to learn more about the show and host Rich Rosen. Go to WGAL.com and click on Brainbusters.
Well, hello, everybody. I'm so glad you are back. Now, as you can see right now, Harrisburg Academy has a strong lead, but it's still early on in the game, and we've had a lot of turnarounds in our season so far. But let's see what happens as we head into today's bonus brainbuster. During our break, our teams wagered 0 to 25 points based on their knowledge of CEOs. Let's head into the News 8 newsroom with Ethan Houston. He has today's question. Ethan, welcome to Brainbusters.
Thanks, Rich. And now for your bonus Brain Buster question. In October 2022, SpaceX reversed course and will continue to provide internet service to Ukraine through its Starlink service. Who is the CEO of SpaceX? Again, in October 2022, SpaceX reversed course and will continue to provide internet service to Ukraine through its Starlink service. Who is the CEO of SpaceX? Good luck with your answer. And now back to Studio A. Rich?
Thank you, Ethan. Okay, I think both teams wrote that down quite expeditiously, so I think we're ready to show. So Levi, if you can show us first, would you come up? Elon Musk, yes, boy, he's been in the news lately, and that was easier than we thought. 10 points will be added to your score, taking you to 220. Owen, it's up to you. Did you come up with Elon Musk? You did indeed. 25-point wager. Good for you. Great strategic play, adding 25 points to your score. Look at that. We have a great game going as we head into today's final frenzy. This time it's 20-point questions. Anybody's game. Good luck to all 6 of you. Pick up those signaling buttons and use them frequently, beginning now. The largest Baptist college in the United States is located in Waco, Texas. What is the home of the Bears? Owen.
Baylor.
You are correct. In San Francisco, they included Kenneth Rexroth and Lawrence Ferlinghetti. In New York, they were William Burroughs, Allen Ginsberg, and Jack Kerouac. What is this literary movement of the 1950s? Levi.
Deadbeat?
No, sorry, incorrect. Any idea, Mannheim Central? We stumped you on the beat, or beatnik, not deadbeat. Sorry, 2/3 of this country speaks German. 1/5 speaks French. 1/10 speaks Italian.
Switzerland?
Levi. Switzerland's correct. Caused by a virus carried by mosquitoes, this potentially fatal disease.
Malaria.
Andrew, no, I'm sorry, that's incorrect. This potentially fatal disease can cause inflammation of the brain and spinal cord. What is it? Mason?
Zika?
No, you're both incorrect. It's encephalitis. The Continental Congress made its Declaration of Independence in 1776. What declaration did the National Assembly of France make in 1789? The preamble to their Constitution includes the rights of man. The director of 101 Dalmatians also directed National Lampoon's Vacation, Beethoven, Home Alone, Ferris Bueller's Day Off, and The Breakfast Club. Who is he? Andrew.
Burton?
Not he, no. No, sorry. Any idea? We stumped you on John Hughes. He moved to Vienna in 1792 to study with Haydn. He stayed the rest of his life writing 32 piano sonatas, 16 string quartets, 9 symphonies, and an opera. Who was this German composer? Levi.
Beethoven.
He's the one of the world's cleverest servants. He is the central character in The Barber of Seville, and in a sequel which he gets married. Who was this operatic character? It's Figaro. It's in The Marriage of Figaro. In 586 BC, he destroyed Jerusalem and began the Babylonian captivity. Who was this Babylonian king? Andrew.
Nebuchadnezzar.
He's the one. Yes, the fairy of the crystal fountain, the fairy of the enchanted garden, and the fairy of the golden vine all dance in this Tchaikovsky ballet. What is it? Levi.
Nutcracker?
Not the Nutcracker. No, sorry.
Swan Lake.
No, you're both incorrect. It's Sleeping Beauty, Jasmine, Desjardins, Earl Grey, Chamomile are all popular varieties of
Tea.
Tea, yes. When this pale yellow, poisonous, corrosive gas is combined with sodium, it can be added to water. Levi.
Chlorine?
Not chlorine, no. And to prevent dental disease, we were going for fluorine to create fluoride. That's not takes the end of the round and to the end of the game. Wow, what a fantastic competition. But we're going to see Harrisburg Academy for round 2, and we hope to see you in just a short moment or two.
Scorekeeping for WGAL8 Brainbusters, presented by Jennings College Consulting, where students discover the right college fit for the future. We'll return after this. Welcome back to WGAL8 Brainbusters, the Susquehanna Valley's longest-running high school quiz show. Once again, here's your host, Rich Rosen.
Wasn't that a great time? Boy, Mannheim Central was really coming alive in that final frenzy, but it didn't come to fruition, and Harrisburg Academy will return for round 2. Now, coming up on the next WGAL8 Brainbusters, we have 2 more great teams, Waynesboro and Northeastern, and we are expecting another very competitive half hour. Thanks for the pleasure of your time. Thanks for spending some time with us, and we hope to see you next time on WGAL8 Brainbusters. So long for now.